Hi, and welcome back. In this lesson, we will learn about modules, packages, and the Python standard library. The common thing between the three terms is that they all represent a different type of pre-written code. The idea is to execute this code during your work to save an enormous amount of time while coding. A module is a pre-written code containing definitions of variables, functions, and classes. Its charm lies in the fact it can be loaded in all new programs, and we don't need to rewrite the code manually at the beginning of a new program. It will suffice for us to just import this module. A package is pre-written code on a larger scale. It is a collection, or directory, of related Python modules. Technically, you could create your own modules and packages, but this usually requires high-end programming skills and a lot of time. Luckily, things are much easier than that. People in the programming community have developed a growing set of packages that are readily available for download and have been tailored for various types of professions and specializations. Sometimes people use the term library when referring to a package, so please know that the two can be used interchangeably. Great! Python's standard library is something a little different. It is a collection of modules available as soon as you install Python. Do you remember the built-in function len we used earlier in the course? We used it directly, and we didn't have to write down code manually, counting the number of elements in an object, right? Similarly, we used the methods from the list class to extend a list, and we didn't have to define a method on our own before applying it. Well, this was because Python's developers have prepared a certain amount of pre-written code that you can easily incorporate in your work. There is a set of modules there at the beginning of your program you cannot see, but it contains all those built-in features like the len function or the list class. Namely, these modules form the standard library. Being aware of what modules, packages, and the standard library are about, how can we have access to their pre-written code? Fortunately, Python has a broad practical application. To use the language, it is not mandatory to install all the modules there are in the world. People download the modules and packages they need. Statisticians will be tempted to install a module comprising a large set of statistical functions and methods, while a data analyst will likely use a package that helps them organize their data into tables, and so on and so forth. Apart from using readily available modules, you can also write your own modules. This indeed is one of the best features of Python. However, it is typically carried out by highly specialized experts. For instance, some developers will create a certain statistical module that can be imported and used by anybody. Since Python is open source, most modules are completely free and anyone can download and use them for their calculations. Once a module has been released, it is usually improved and updated. As we already mentioned, packages are a collection of modules. Therefore, packages are being developed in the same way as modules, but involve much more work. Some of the most widely used packages usually start as projects of a single individual, but are then carried aloft by the whole Python community. For instance, while working in the field of capital management back in 2008, developer Wes McKinney needed a high-performance tool for quantitative analysis. The package he created was Pandas, which today is one of the most successful data analysis libraries out there. Not only is it free, but is constantly improved by the community. This is what makes modules and packages a dramatic improvement in Python's efficiency. Once established and proven to be functional, a module or a package can be easily built upon and used multiple times, facilitating the work of sometimes millions of users. Great! To conclude, please remember that the Python standard library is a collection of certain modules that you can use later in your work. In practice, the part you need to learn on the technical side is how to import a module and packages in your file. And this is what we will do in our next lesson. See you there. And again, thanks for watching.